What's going on, everyone? I hope you are all well. Welcome back to another video. Like I said on my last video, I'm smashing out the content, so do not forget, press that subscribe button. I'm watching you. Press it. We are going to be speaking today. Who will win the Champions League? Who will win it? I don't know. Defeats the point of why I'm doing this video, but I'm not 100% sure, guys. I've not really thought about it. I'm just gonna splurge everywhere on this video and just talk crap and give you my opinions on why I think a certain team will win it. We'll come to that at the end, because at this moment in time, I don't have a clue. So obviously, listen, we'll start with City versus Dortmund. This is such an interesting game. Now, if the past is something to go off, Manchester City don't win this game. Manchester City do not like the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Any other quarterfinal, they're all over it. Like flying on shit when it comes to other quarterfinals. But it comes to the Champions League and they crumble every single time. The last 4 years they've gone out to Liverpool, which wasn't the most amazing Liverpool team we've seen in recent time. Tottenham, Monaco and Lyon. And you're starting to think, is it going to happen again? Now, we cannot underestimate this Manchester City team. They are by far first, if not second, best teams in the world. They are phenomenal. However, there are times where they struggle to score goals. There has been many times where they struggle to score goals. Gabriel Jesus isn't scoring enough. Aguero doesn't seem to play that much. But they always seem to get over the line. You look at the Dortmund side. Haaland, if Dortmund are going to win this game, Haaland is going to drag that team through, because he could score with his eyes closed. He's a phenomenal football player. It's so hard to score against this City defence, though. Like, really hard to score. They're just so compact. They're so tight. And, you know, they've got Ruben Diaz, they've got Stones. And if one of them gets injured, they've got Laporte. You know, Laporte's a world-class defender. Ruben Diaz and John Stones are on their way to being world-class defenders, if not already. It's going to be such a tough game for Dortmund. I think they can win. I don't think they will. Due to the fact as well, their defence is so sus at the moment. It's so shoddy. The age of that defence is getting on. Matt Hummels, he was such a good defender in his time. He really was. You look back to like the 2012, 2013 Dortmund. He was at his pinnacle. He was world class, but he's slowing down. And this Dortmund team actually remind me a little bit of the Liverpool side. I know people say, "Oh, you're bringing it back to Liverpool," but I genuinely believe, you know, the Liverpool side in 2013, 2014. I know Sturridge and Sterling in that team were brilliant, but the main focal point was Luis Suarez, without a shadow of a doubt. By far, maybe other than Gerrard, was the best player in that team. The reason Liverpool never won anything with that team was because our defence was shoddy, because our defence was sus. That is the reason. And that Dortmund side really remind me of that. Moving on, the game to end all games, PSG versus Bayern Munich. That is just two colossals just going bang and just wow. Obviously they met last year in the final. PSG had so many chances to win that final. Mbappe had so many chances and they just never put any away. Obviously this is now going to be over 2 legs. Again, it's such an interesting tie, because I personally believe that Bayern Munich are the best team in the world. I've actually I really like German football. I know a lot of people don't, but I do. I'm always watching German football, and they've been really good this year. But again, the defense, man, the defense is just sus again. They play such a high line, and against PSG, they cannot do that. You can't play a high line against PSG, irrelevant of who your defenders are. You could have Virgil van Dijk and Sergio Ramos, two of the best centre backs in the world, if not the best. You can't play them two. Can't play a high line against this PSG team. So Bayern Munich's defenders should not be playing a high line against this because they will get caught out. Mbappe is way too quick and just way too good to not take advantage of that defence. And I think PSG will score goals, but I don't think they'll score enough because I think they're a very wasteful side. They're a world-class side. They've got world-class players, but I feel like they're very wasteful, and I'm the opposite with Bayern Munich. They take their chances. And another thing is, obviously, Bayern Munich won the Champions League last year. They were astonishing. They were absolutely unbelievable. And out of every team who's left in the competition, I don't think, other than Manchester City, I don't think anyone's levelled up. Or, it's not that I don't believe anyone's levelled up, but I don't believe they've levelled up to the level they need to beat Bayern Munich. And that doesn't mean necessarily that you have to be at the level of Bayern Munich, because that's so hard to do. But you need to get that little bit closer. Now, it's fair to say Liverpool aren't that close. Liverpool haven't got closer to them. Real Madrid haven't got closer to them. Chelsea have got better, but they're not close to them. And no offence to Porto, but obviously they're not close to them either. And that's why I think Bayern Munich can beat anyone in this competition. And I also think they will beat PSG. And they'll stroll on through to the semi-finals. Chelsea versus Porto. Another, I'm saying this a lot, but just another interesting game, because I think, listen, Chelsea fans would have been so happy with this draw. It really is hard not to be. As a Liverpool fan, I'd have been overwhelmed. I'd have been so happy with a draw on Porto. But at the same time, when you sit back and you think about it all, and you're not reacting. As soon as Chelsea fans saw they got Porto, they'd have been like, "Oh yes, get it, it's Porto." But that moment you take to just sit down and think, it's not as easy as they're expecting it to be. No, listen, I can't pretend like I watch loads of Porto, and we can't pretend that anyone else making these type of videos, unless you're a Portuguese football fan, watches that much Porto, because they just don't. And they're mostly chatting shit if they say they do. However, we've got that last game to go off, the Champions League game against Juventus. They were brilliant in that game. No one expected them to go through at all. And their defence was so solid. Pepe's a bit of a knob. Like, he's done some stupid stuff, but that's what makes him so good. That ruthlessness, that aggressiveness. And he's just a class defender, and he showed how good he really can be in that Juventus game. And it worries me for Chelsea, because since Tuchel's come in, they've been defending so well. Kante had a drop of form with Lampard. Tuchel's come in, and he looks like the player we all know he can be. Against Atletico Madrid, that was the best N'Golo Kante performance I think I've ever seen. He was absolutely superb. And that helps the defence so much, having that type of player who can sit in front. It's the same with Liverpool with Fabinho. It's the same for a lot of teams. Kimmich for Bayern Munich. I know he can play right back as well. And they've tightened up so much, Chelsea, but they don't score many goals. They just don't. And people are like, "Oh, they scored 2 against Atletico Madrid." I know, but if you look at the Premier League, They don't score many goals. And I think they'll struggle to break down this Porto side. The reason I think Chelsea will win is because Chelsea's defence is too good. That's the reason. Chelsea's defence is phenomenal this season. They're brilliant. Rudiger played so well against Atletico Madrid. I think Christensen's coming into his own, showing he's a really good football player. I would be one of the first to criticise him before Tuchel came in. I thought he was such a lightweight defender. Didn't think he had much to offer, and he's been superb. So credit to him. Last game, Liverpool Football Club versus Real Madrid. How do we feel about this game, guys? Let me know in the comments, because it's a weird one. It really is a weird one. Now, both of these teams have the capability of beating the other one. Nat Phillips and Kabak have been brilliant. Nat Phillips more, in my opinion, but they've both been brilliant since they've played for Liverpool. Nat Phillips in spectacular fashion sometimes. He's been man of the match in quite a few games. He will put his head on anything. He's looked brilliant. Now, we can't get ahead of ourselves. We can't be going, oh, he's a world-class defender. But he has looked really good. However, can Liverpool really win a Champions League with that defence? I don't know if we can. Maybe we can. Maybe we will. Who knows? The stars are aligning for Liverpool, and it's a lot of bollocks. But as a Liverpool fan, you take any sight of hope at the moment. You think of 2005. When we get to the final, we're out of the top four. We're not playing very well. We played Chelsea to get to the final. We've got a chance to play Chelsea. The final is in Istanbul. Things are aligning. But will they align against Real Madrid? I don't know, because Real Madrid are in a bit of a similar place as where Liverpool are. Their form has improved. There's no, we can't dispute that. They are playing better as the season goes on. I feel so bad saying this. I hope they get some injuries. Because, as Liverpool fans, we're banking on that, they fucked us in Kiev. We want revenge. We want to just forget that night. This will make up for it. And we know how good Mo Salah is. He is one of the best players in the world. So is Sergio Ramos. So he's such a 50-50 clash. Kroos is playing really well. He's coming to his own. Not coming to his own. He's always been class, but he had a bit of a drop in form. Modric also had a drop in form, and he's playing brilliantly as well now. It's a tough one. I'm saying Liverpool. I want revenge. I think we'll go in there and we're not going to wipe the floor of them, but I think we'll have a bit of a fire under our bellies. I'm saying Liverpool beat Real Madrid. Now, obviously, I can't. This has turned into a bit of a prediction, hasn't it? Obviously, I can't say who's going to. Oh, no, I can say. So, I said Manchester City would win, and I said Bayern would win. That game, Manchester City win. It is because of Bayern Munich's defence. I said Liverpool win. I said Chelsea win. I'm being biased. Fuck it. Liverpool batter the shit out of Chelsea. Yes, fuck off Chelsea. Guys, if anyone knows me, Chelsea are one of my least. I despise Chelsea Football Club because they've ruined my school time. The amount of stick I got as if it was my fault that Steven Gerrard slipped from that. I can't stand them. It's not really Chelsea's fault. I just hate them. So fuck it. We're gonna absolutely batter them, and it's a Liverpool versus Manchester City final. Liverpool are gonna lose. City will beat us. If we get to the final, it's so hard to say. And I want to say we will win, but I can't. I just don't see anyone beating Manchester City. I want to be so biased. I want to be just like, fuck off everyone. Liverpool are winning the Champions League. But I just can't. I can't overlook Manchester City. They've been phenomenal this season. They are phenomenal. Liverpool just aren't at that level this season. However, Manchester City normally fuck up. So after the quarterfinals, if you watch this video then, everything I've just said could be a load of bollocks. Who knows, ladies and gentlemen, please go and check out all my other videos. There's plenty on my channel for you to enjoy. Drop a like, because it really does help, and I really do appreciate it. It lets me know what type of content you like. Let me know what type of content you want me to do. I'm happy to try things out and see if they do well. Press subscribe, because like I said, there's more content coming constantly. So press that subscribe button. Have a good night, and I will see you later.